Alright, well, greetings and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, Sweet Baby, Season 1, Episode 1. Now, before we begin, of course, you heard that correctly, before we begin, please have a moment of silence to remember Zazu from Zazu Talks, as well as Buddy Mercury A Beagle from Buddy Mercury, for these dogs have died from as follows. Zazu, HSA, Buddy Mercury, unknown causes. Okay, moment of silence over. This is what our deal is here. I chose to change places on purpose because in this video, there's more than just the Manzala Mountain Air Ranch to Coronado Airport. Today, since I'm an airship lover and a fan of Zazu Talks, I chose to fly Airship Hirohito from Madras, Oregon. You heard that place correctly, I said it on purpose, Madras, Oregon, to, of course, Bend, Oregon, where Zazu Talks supposedly lives, so I can, of course, pay my respect. I said that on purpose. Yes, I said that on purpose to pay my respect to Zazu Talks. Especially because my nickname now for many things is Labrador 5'4". And other than flying machines, my favorite animal is the English Labrador Retriever. However, I don't care if Zazu was an English or American Labrador. Their channel just had some kind of magic. You know, Zazu Talks has some kind of magic that makes people want to come and keep watching their content. And so now I have Airship Hirohito in Bend, Oregon, on its way to Bend, Oregon, where they live. And I'm going to go to the Bend Municipal Airport. But before we do that, as usual, let me take you to the navigation station. Let me show you where we are. Okay. Things are different here. We got tribute to pay, so we can't stay here. See, this is our usual route. However, I'll say again, however, if you can look here, these blue lines here are our usual route. However, we are in Oregon today. So, we're in Oregon today, which is right up here. And from here all the way to up here. How it got there? It's Flight Simulator. I can do as I please. I can fly as I please. No engine. You're not going to full reverse. Alright, so we're going to go to Bend today, from here. And we're coming from Madras, which is right up here. Alright, we're going to go from Bend, and of course, we're going to Bend from Madras. Madras, Bend. Okay, Madras, Bend. And now, the engine acted up, I better get going. And just to clarify, that blue, whatever you're seeing there, that's my typical route to go from, of course, Los Lunas to Albuquerque from Meadow Lake. So now let's okay, we got the engine acting up here. I don't know why it's doing that. I just can't go further than that. Okay, Since that engine's acting up, I'm going to slow that thing down. You have a master. Okay, here's what's going on board. If you want to go in these areas, please see the Tour of the Hindenburg. And what's going on in these areas before we go is as follows. Of course, a lot of these dogs are rescued. The Kempe Tai, and of course the Japanese Armed Forces, they've rescued these dogs. Also trained for war, are finding solace in the sky. The wagging tails and curious senses tell stories of redemption. Even the geese do the same thing as well. Zazu spirits with us. Our gentle presence fills the cabin, reminding everyone that love transcends time. There are some people, bear in mind, that who should not have animals. Those ones who neglected or mistreated pets are here. They've learned compassion and are eager to make amends, at least some of them. Wally's litter of German short-haired pointers, mischievous, full of energy, playfully explore the cabin. They represent hope and second chances. Hockey, the Weimaraner, leads her litter. The silver-gray coats shimmer in the morning light. They symbolize loyalty and the circle of life. So right now, we'll go to the pre-flying phase, and I'll say this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Airship Hirohito. I flew her today because I felt like it. Today we embark on a special journey, a tribute to our dear friend Zazu and Buddy Mercury, our friends, mind you. As we ascend, remember the sky holds stories of courage, redemption, and love. Passengers nod, and of course murmurs of agreement. Okay, at this point, let's get going. Just to clarify, we're up here today. So yeah, we're up here today, where my cursor is. Right in this general area here. I'll say we're right in this general area here. See where I'm moving my cursor? That's Bend. I looked. Alright, here's Bend here. Somewhere here is Madras. So Madras, Bend, Madras, Bend, Madras, Bend. Get it? Somewhere here is Madras, and we go to Bend. Madras, Bend, Madras, Bend, Madras, Bend, Madras, Bend. No, you're not doing that. Okay, before we begin, let's do this first. Continue. Now we're short haul. No.
Start maintenance operations, please.
Okay. I'm not going to ask for a general report because I already know how one engine acts. It's the lever here. It keeps acting up. That's why I have to report. That's something to report. And now let's go to the Castle 12. Why not?
Prepare for takeoff.
Roger, all good to takeoff station.
Ready for takeoff.
Ready for takeoff.
I think. Do it make more sense to go on a medium hull, do you think? Short haul? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. We'll go the old way. Thumb still red? So I'm going to top everything off because it looks like the thumb's not turning green. Or it is now. Alright. I'll top off everything, I guess. Fly it as it is. Or a higher elevation. That's the thing. Or a higher elevation. That's why. Okay, everything here is all full. We're at higher elevation. All the Vyond and Plotagon Logic's full. Here we go. I know it's not going to be good. What about? Hey! So again. About. Hey! About. Hey! Okay. I guess this is how it's going to be at higher altitudes. Ready to go. We already requested through Morse code. Alright. Let's do this. You need to learn how to turn anyway, so. Full speed ahead. All ahead full.
Release mooring.
Copy. Copy.
Copy.
Pull them up.
Haul up moorings.
Roger. Roger.
Okay, hard a port. You know where you're going? That sun's going to be really bright. I'm not going to mess with it. Okay, we're going to go to Bend, Oregon today. I know what to do from here. Now, I chose the Hirohito today on purpose because at the moment, you know, I'm, of course, out getting payback for what killed Zazu. And here's a little bit of Ronald Reagan's speech. Sometime thereafter, TWA Flight 847's hostages were returned. Be on watch. We'll fight you, Lebanon, and elsewhere.
All crew on cruise station.
All crew to cruise station.
Hard a port, come on. Remember, we're going to Bend, Oregon today. Megaphone away. Or just for fun, megaphone up. Megaphone away. What do you think? Megaphone away? Alright, I'll agree. Megaphone away. You want to go to Bend, Oregon. Just see where we're going. Huh? Okay, before we begin anything else, I need to make sure that we're in cruise mode first. Well, the so-called hydrogen doesn't do well at high altitude, so that's why I topped all the gas bags off. Yeah, for real. If the Flight Simulator add-ons, if the Zounds developer said so, then of course I will follow it. They're referring to whatever they said. And to make sure we're on course first. I'm not sure what's halfway between Bend and, of course, Madras, Oregon. There we go. Okay, the Hirohito is on her way to Bend, Oregon, where Zazu Talks is from. Correction, not from. Hello there again. Airship Hirohito, especially, as well. Alright. Here we are. Now that we've begun cruising phase, this is what's going on. Of course. Aerial tribute. As Airship Hirohito flies through the Oregon landscape, passengers gather around the observation deck. The wind carries their whispered words. The rescued dogs and geese, they bark and honk in unison. A harmonious chorus. Their message: Zazu, you taught us love and forgiveness. To name some of the things he taught. Unlikely companions, some of which released paper planes, each carrying a heartfelt apology. The planes soar, weaving patterns in the sky. Hockey's litter, they howl, their mournful voices echoing, yet they sense acceptance, the understanding that life continues. Speaking of which, of course, while we're at it, I'm going to share my faith, so that way Angie can reunite with Zazu sometime soon. This goes especially for Angie and Abby from Zazu Talks. I'm not going to sugarcoat the truth about this. And of course, encoded within the airplanes is the gospel from Watchwoman 65, Lisa Boyce. It is in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 1 through 4. I use the King James Version Bible. Christ shed his blood for all of our sins, past, present, and future, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. How do you come to that? You admit you are a sinner in need of a Savior. And all you really gotta do is believe. And next thing you know, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. No. You're putting yourself and works and vice versa into it if you do that. And of course, if any and every one of these churches are telling you to do that, don't walk away from them. Run. And of course, other pieces of faith here, that in Ephesians chapter 4, verse number 30, you are sealed until the day of redemption. After accepting, of course, that gospel. Because what if I told you that you live in a rural area where there's no church, no water for water baptism, things like that, and no good church there? The real best thing you can do, of course, is believe. Because, yeah, believe it or not, God works in rural areas too. If that's where you live for the time being. Okay, so right now, of course, as we're in cruising phase, I'm going to say that we're cruising smoothly over Oregon's forests and rivers. Look down. See the beauty of life below. Passengers pointing and sharing stories. Unlikely companions apologizing. Zazu, forgive us for our past mistakes. Though Zazu's not God. Rescue dogs barking. Geese honk. Hockeys are all theirs. Honk. Zazu, your spirit also flies with us. Okay, since we're on our way to Bend, Oregon, we got a cloud ahead. I'll say again, we have a cloud ahead. Here's Culver. Good to know. Okay, that sun's so bright. I'm just going to stay on the starboard side of the airship for now. What's halfway within this journey? Okay, Culver Airport. It's fun. as we're flying through these clouds. Let's give order.
Prepare for landing.
Roger, all crew to landing station.
Ready to land.
Ready to land.
Try to starboard just a little bit. Oh! What's that out there? Well, we're not flying really high, despite the fact that I topped all the hydrogen off. Or in this case, the Vyond logic. I think we'll go on the ground just fine. Wow. Good risk I took as of today. Good change in scenery. Now I'm really going to change things up playing Flight Simulator. Where am I? I think I'm going to start flying the Pacific Northwest. Let's see if I really will or not. You know, start flying in the Pacific Northwest. Never mind. Guys, let's make this ship lighter. You know, one thing I'm going to tell you is that if you want to fly in the Pacific Northwest, you have to really want to do it because, look, as you might have seen, how I topped off the hydrogen, of course, or in this case, Vyond and Plotagon Logic, it still doesn't help you fly really high. And, of course, the reason why I flew in the Pacific Northwest today is because I'm a fan of Zazu Talks, and of course I want to pay my respects to Zazu, especially from the time I recorded this video. Okay. Flying over this place supposedly called Roberts Field. And Bend is some miles away now. Bend Municipal Airport, that is. Golly, a lot of cloud cover. Let me show you really quickly where we are. Oops, everything is gone. Come on, you. Okay, we're right in the general area of Bend, Oregon. Nah, I don't agree with that. Whatever you see here. Are we in the general area of Bend, Oregon? How about on this end? Okay, I better get back in the gondola. You know, while I'm at it, I suppose I can share memories of Zazu. Yeah, from Zazu Talks. I suppose I can share memories, you know. Again. Okay. Yeah, it's springtime. There's bugs out. And especially those species that are active from the time I record this video. Oh, like 5 more days to summer, I guess, from the time I record this video. Alright, Zazu Talks. Here's how I got to know him. Well, I want to look for things other than aviation to look at on YouTube. Especially because everybody was telling me to look at things other than aviation. I'm like, alright. So I was like 24 years old, like, when I found Zazu Talks. Like, this is what I did. I looked up Labrador Retriever on YouTube, or something along those lines, and then from there, I found Zazu Talks' channel. And then from there, came across a lot of their videos, and I knew one of them was, I think they were crate training Wally, their German short-haired pointer. And of course I made a comment that Wally, or actually Zazu's, or that was once Zazu's cage, when Wally was being put in there. Zazu wanted to get it back, the way that, of course, Michelle Elizabeth Tanner from Full House wanted her crib back when, of course, supposedly, I think that kid's name was Tony. They let Tony use Michelle's crib in that episode. Then from there, I noticed that when they bought Hockey, you know, a Weimaraner, you know, the Hockey the Weimaraner, when she came over in Zazu Talks, I made a comment, something like, this reminds me of something like Rugrats. And of course, Zazu Talks crew comments saying that they love Rugrats. I'm like, okay, it's cool. I was born in the 90s. I too grew up with Rugrats. Other videos of Zazu Talks I've seen, just a lot, you know. I've pretty much seen everything on their channel. And of course, since I have seen everything on Zazu Talks' channel, you know, a friend from high school, which I'll just call Brendan, and his mom Susan, you know, I got them into Zazu Talks. And I was really nervous about getting them into Zazu Talks, and I really wanted to get them into it. It worked. One video we watched about Zazu Talks was, you know, Zazu's birthday, when they went to the aquatic center, when they were living in California. Yeah, I liked how Zazu was able to swim through the pool alright, and of course Wally, a German short-hair pointer, you know, was reluctant to swim, and unfortunately Zazu, you know, didn't like the sight of Wally, of course, struggling to figure out the water. And Zazu, of course, pulled Wally out of the water. Or tried to, anyway. Then eventually they had Zazu's birthday at home. Although Zazu's physical body may be gone in real life from the time we recorded this video, the legacy will live on. Like, for example, their social media is there. It's very easy to find if you, of course, know what social media is and know how to use the platforms. Remember, it's Zulu Alpha Zulu Uniform that's how you spell it. Again, it's Zulu Alpha Zulu Uniform. If you get that, Zulu Alpha Zulu Uniform. So at this point, I'm going to bring the Hirohito to Bend, Oregon. At this point. Wonder where we are. Okay. Bend is here. Supposedly we're 20 nautical miles away now. $50 nautical miles. Now, of course, this video gets its name because if you've heard the song Sweet Baby by Bosnia, as heard in a lot of Zazu Talks videos, or in quite a few of them, I have a feeling that that musical composition resonates well with today's tribute video to Zazu from Zazu Talks. And no, I never was the one to write up a song for just anyone. In fact, I'm not really a songwriter anyway, you know. I'm more of a listener to music than I am a composer. Alright, so I never was the one to write up a song for just anyone I knew. Although I don't personally know Zazu Talks. You know, we've conversed with each other before. So this is also what happens in flight. Let me make sure that we're going forward first. Yes, we are. Freight wagon field? How far are we now? Okay. So in this flight, this is what I have in mind. This is also what happened on board. As the sun rises, of course, casting a glow on the airship, Hirohito, with its majestic silhouette, stood ready for the journey. We all stood ready, all seasoned aviators with penchants for adventure. Adjusted our whatever, greeted everyone. We're not just flying from Point Alpha to Point Bravo. We're weaving a melody through the skies. Songs of freedom, courage, and unexpected companionship. As the airship ascended earlier, and still in cruise phase from the time I record this video, everything on board revealed a heartwarming surprise. A group of rescued animals. Among them were the loyal Kempeitai and Japanese armed forces, including their dogs, that of course were rescued by such people. Their senses filled with gratitude. We had arranged this flight to honor their service and resilience, and pay respects to Zazu and Buddy Mercury. A Beagle who plays piano, of course. The dogs wagged their tails, the geese flapped their wings, and of course... Let's see what we have here. Their presence is a reminder that even the sky's bonds formed on the ground mattered. Zazu's legacy we also honor. Zazu, the eloquent parrot and, of course, lab, who once graced our screens, had left an incredible mark, especially on aviation enthusiasts and animal enthusiasts worldwide. Their witty commentary for flight, love for flight and others, inspired countless aviators. In the airship's lounge, an imaginary small memorial stood. A perch and pet bed perched with adorned colorful feathers and, of course, yellow lab fur. As the sun keeps rising, some folks raised their glasses to Zazu and Buddy Mercury, they said, who taught us that every flight is a chance to create magic. Wally, the German short-haired pointer, of course, is his normal self. They're playful pups. From his litter, each probably adult dogs by now with a tail wagged like a Eddy or gnome, brought joy to the flight. They scampered across the deck, their tiny paws leaving imprints on the floor, like other dogs. Life, they all use, is a symphony of barks and laughter as well as honks. Hockey, the Weimaraner, also had a litter of their own, probably now full adult dogs. Their silvery coats shimmered in the sunlight as the airship glided over wherever we're going. We all whispered, "Hockey, your pups carry the spirit of exploration. May they soar higher than any cloud." And while we're at it, good morning, Zazu, wherever you may be as of right now. Today's flight promises adventure. Our destination, beyond the horizon. That's over there. Okay, we gotta get to Bend. I just want to make sure. Yes, we have adventures beyond the horizon today. Alright. And earlier, as usual, let's first review our pre-flight checklist. Once we're done way long before I recorded. Weather's not clear. Everything was ready. How's our tailwind feeling? Everyone, Zazu, woof, tailwind's wagging. Vyond and Plotagon Logic topped up. We've got our lucky chew toy ready for liftoff. Excellent. Remember, Zazu, safety first. Keep those paws away from the controls. If you spot any squirrels, just give us a nudge. Zazu spirits, that is. We requested takeoff earlier. We've been cleared for departure. This is so far going well. Roger that. Engine's purring. Everything's set. Let's lift those paws, shall we? And feet. All ahead full. Feel the ground slip away, and remember, no bark until we're airborne, which we are. We all did so anyway. We've been cruising this whole time. Look out the window. Clouds like fluffy chew toys. How's the view? Positively breathtaking in the sun. Like a golden tennis ball. Keep an eye on the altimeter. We're not getting any higher. If you see any outsider geese, tell them we're just passing through. Also in the flight, of course, now remember, I have animal lovers on board too. They could be anywhere, any each and everywhere on board. In passenger common areas. Their dreams take flight. We're still at cruising altitude. The sky stretches infinitely, pretty much like an unwritten song. Or demo versions, anyway. Thank you all for keeping it quiet. And the hum of the engines and the wind's whisper. Wind's whisper, of course. And there, we have even more people, of course, looking out the window. Or whatever. And Zazu, in spirit, nudges his nose against the glass. Say the lounge, because I'm more of a lounge person. And I wonder where we are. We better not miss it. Alright. At this point, all engines full reverse. We gotta get to Bend Municipal Airport. We gotta know where we're going. It won't matter. Where is Bend Municipal Airport from here? We're way far off. Expect to tilt. That's all I'm gonna say. familiar place. Okay, hard to starboard. Engines, half speed ahead. Stand by, expect this thing to tilt. Hold up, where have we been? Hey, wait. That's Bend Municipal Airport right down there. Want to land there? Yes. But how? We're going to have to take an open plot of land to land there. Especially because this thing's an airship. Totally forgot to clean up the navigation station earlier today. Okay, let's put the megaphone up. So let's take it out actually. Hard to starboard. Just for once. You know what, man? I'm just gonna say, just for sometimes you'll try new things. So that's what I'm doing in this video. Is I'm just trying new things. Come on. Be aware that you're going to tilt. Alright, to our right is the Bend Municipal Airport. I looked at it on Google Maps, that's how I know. I see you point the nose in the direction of the airport. Then we'll land. I'm going to take a soft patch today. Zazu and everyone, Zazu Spirit, and of course, especially to the friends, family, acquaintances of Zazu Talks, please stand by. We're coming in. There's a real taboo movement that I'm doing here. Hopefully not another Airship Hirohito disaster. Hope not. I believe I can make it. Airport. There's the Bend Municipal Airport. Come on, Showa. Show them what you're worth. Come on, Showa. Show them. Now let's take this plot of land right here to land. Okay? I go outside the airship a lot because it's the beauty about Flight Simulator. You can go outside to have a look. At this point, all engines idle.
We are tilting dangerously downwind.
Sure we are. I'm all about trying things. Mostly, anyway. Warning. Whatever. Warning. Alright. Ask for recovery right away. Recover vehicles right away. Go where the cursor is. Especially quicksand proof, whatever you want to call it. Just in case that area is quicksand. Thank you all. Yeah, using Beyond Logic, I'm going to pretend that such things were ordered. When this thing's down, get it out of the runway.
Warning, we are certainly dangerously downwind.
Sure we are. Whatever you say. We may have to full reverse this thing just for a moment. Alright, all engines idle. Okay, is anybody on the runway right now? Anybody on the runway? Okay, I'm just gonna put this thing down. So, is everybody ready? Alright, is everybody ready? It's a simulator, of course.
Drop the moorings.
Roger. Copy.
Copy.
All engines stop. The simulator. Should anything go wrong? Okay, we're here. I'm gonna go ahead and begin the descent process. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1, now. grab the ropes. Hold on. This is going to be a sharp landing. Not as sharp as you think, though. We're unfortunately going to have to take some taxiways for a moment. Ask at end of production, please remove the airship. I'll say again, at end of production, please remove the airship. Is that alright? What do I want at the end of production? Thank you. I believe I can fly this again. Hold on. We're at the Bend Municipal Airport now. Something going on back there? It's moving so fast. Okay, someone from the lounge. Get it. Clean up. Time for a drone show. Clean up. Uh-oh. The altitude's incorrect. This thing's quaking. Almost down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold on tight. Tail's not touching down. Okay. One motor's starting up, and this can't be good. If you want to see the interior of this thing, go to Tour of the Hindenburg. I'm just not going to have it. I'm sorry, you don't get a welfare check in this video. Since this thing's based off the Hindenburg, please see the tour of that. The rest of you, check the rear. I'm going to trust that you know.
Proceed with unboarding, please.
Roger. Starting unboarding.
Let's have a moment to remember Zazu. All the on board.
Unboarding finished, sir.
Okay, let's go reopen the stairwell. Alright, let's go. Because of how much time we've taken. Because of how much time we took. And especially that. I'm gonna hold off on welfare checks. First time out in New Mexico flying an airship. Okay, the stairwell's down. The stairwell's down. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. I know I'm in the middle of a taxiway. Do this. Everybody ready? Alright, let's get out. Right now. Look at that. Okay, Hirohito's on the ground. This time in the Pacific Northwest. Alright, let's go where I think the Zazu Talks crew is likely to be seen. Best I can make out is a general area. Also need to keep an eye on the ship. Make sure no one takes it. Alright, what went on during the descent phase was this. I was covered by clouds. So what happened on board was we were descending towards Bend Municipal Airport. And of course, some rivers wind below, like a silver ribbon. And of course, let's honor those who love this place. Zazu and Buddy Mercury's a soft woof in spirit. As we approach, of course, Bend Municipal Airport, remember Zazu, Buddy Mercury, every landing is a chance to touch down like a feather. And our passengers, they're already planning their next adventure. And so Zazu, in spirit, our flight continues. A tapestry of moments in the sky's ever-changing hues. And Microsoft Copilot, thank you very much for saying feel free to add any other details or twists I'd like. Thank you for being here to make my aviation dreams take flight. To make things a little better here. Although I like to be much better here. In a good way, of course. And of course, hence this video's title. And at some point in the song Sweet Baby by Bosnia. Now that you're here, this is where I am. Although the episode's name is I Was Never the One to Write Up a Song for Just Anyone. I'm here now referring to Bly, Oregon. Correction, Bend, Oregon. So here's my message to HSA, the type of cancer that killed Zazu, before I end the video. HSA, be on watch. No living organism makes any promises or anything like that. We do not negotiate with cancers like you. So once again, HSA, the type of cancer that killed Zazu from Zazu Talks, be on watch. We'll fight you in Lebanon and elsewhere. And of course, we will fight you right here, right now. That's why I even took the Hirohito today, is to show HSA that, look, some of my friends who are neurodiverse like me, even physically diverse as well, including their parents, you made them cry. Like HSA, you made my friends' parents cry. And not to mention that, as usual, we'll fight you here or elsewhere. So before I end the video, HSA, be on watch. Otherwise, that's